I haven't been able to tag him with his YouTube channel yet.
What do you drink?
This is the one like the L one, huh? That you could just connect straight to the phone.
Yeah, that's exactly
I've seen
what
that
it is.
reviews on this one.
And it works. I like it.
Yeah, Rode microphones are good.
All I do is when I go on Final Cut, I just turn the volume all the way up, like the decibels or whatever, because it's kind of low, but it's clear. So I just turn it up.
That's the best thing for it to be clear.
Yeah, exactly. But this is episode 58 of the 100 podcast. So I brought in Jose and Janay.
Hello.
And I really want to start off with what got you guys into like the whole even like vlogging, like editing videos, like that whole process. Because like me, I never even thought about it, and then I started doing like a podcast, and I started doing like my drone photography, and it became like I started working on all kinds of shit I never thought I'd do. So like, what got you into that? Were you guys always artistic?
I have been. I've been like pretty creative and artistic. The way I got into it was because I would always mess around, like, doing my makeup, like, welcome back to my channel. You know how every girl is, like, welcome back, like, messing around. Eventually I told him, you know, being home with my newborn for so long, I got bored, and I told him, like, hey, I think I want to do a YouTube channel.
It was literally off a text, bro. Like, she texted me random stuff, like, hey, I think I want to start a YouTube channel. And honestly, I was like, right from the jump, I was like, I'm fucking down, dude. But I told her, but if we're going to do this, I want to do it right. Like, I want to have somebody film an intro. I want to, like, have good gear. I want to be able to get some crazy shots. You know, I want to keep the, you know, our audience, like, yo, like, how they doing this stuff?
Like, into it.
Exactly,
yeah.
bro. Entertain,
Before we ever, like, posted our first video, he was like, I want to make sure I have an intro. So within that week, we made our intro.
Yeah, I booked this videographer that I've known, this guy named Michael.
You know, we came up with our name, like, in 2 days.
Yeah.
Which it wasn't that hard, because we're Jays. But just in general, like, everything happened so quick. Like, I told him one day, I want to make a YouTube channel. The next day, he's like, let's do it. So I made a channel. The next day, we're doing our intro. You know, the next day, we have our next video up. Like,
you guys ever, like...
so quick.
Yeah. Were you ever, like, nervous? Were you ever like, fuck, I don't know if we should do this? When you're, like, going through the process, or were you guys just...
You know what? It's funny because when we finally started, like, announcing that we wanted to make a channel... I feel like we kind of got...
we were like...
A lot of people kind of like were like hyped about it. Like, oh, I think you should do that. You know what I'm saying? Which was a great response. But in the back of our head, you know, I feel like I was a little nervous just to the fact because, I mean, it's something you've never done before. You know, it's to get in front of the camera. You could watch videos on YouTube and you could be like, oh, I could do that stuff. But when it is that time and there's a camera in front of you, you know, you start... choking up and forgetting your stuff, you're like, oh man, like I have to retake this. Like, what if I'm not set for this? Like, what if I can't do it? You know?
I don't even listen to the podcast after they're done because I know there's times when I fuck up, you know. So it's like I don't even want to listen to it.
Like, man, if I hear this shit, I'm not gonna post it.
Dude, no. Our first video, we had to take it like 3 times. Because it was just how we met, and it was so long. It was like 35 minutes long, and we're like, no one's gonna watch this for our first video.
And people don't understand.
So then we had to like write it down, like just to break it down really
sequences
quick
and stuff,
and put it out there, and then that just worked. But we were nervous. I remember there was a time like, you know, it's not that we even have like a huge channel yet, but there was a time where I'm like, dude, like. We're paying too much attention to like editing our videos or watching how to do this on YouTube and watching how to do transitions. Like, what about our kids? You know, like our kids are like getting into cabinets and we're right here like looking like how to do this on YouTube, and then we're like getting yelled at like, your kid, and I'm like, oh shoot, like
if people saw the behind the scenes about the way we film these videos, you know, you have to have dedication for it, bro, because like that Q&A, our first video ever, was filmed like almost at 1 a.m. when the kids were like asleep. She did her makeup, you know what I'm saying? We got ready and we were like, yo, we're gonna make this happen. I just got off of work like at 11.
Yeah, you got home.
I go home from work, I took my shower, I helped put the kids to sleep. But you know, this is the type of stuff that like, you know, sometimes you have to film at if you want to do it, you have to film at 1 a.m. You know?
People, and a lot of people, like you said, they don't understand the behind the scenes. It's not just like the video you see, you know, it's like, oh, it takes hours and hours, it's gonna take forever, you know, and then the editing, and then like the uploading, you gotta figure out a description to write, you gotta put the links in, you gotta like figure out a thumbnail, like, man.
Yeah.
What is your favorite part of doing the videos?
I just think, to me, honestly, it's being creative. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I could walk into, like, for example, so obviously we'll wake up with the intention that we're going to film a vlog, right? And most of the times we already know what we're going to film, whether it's a Q&A or a day in the life or our first podcast, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'll already start making up sequences in my head of how it's probably going to be, and I'll start creating ideas. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, well, when I walk in, I want to shoot the room. You know what I'm saying? I want to get some shots in the room. I want to make it epic. I want people to feel like, to watch the video and be like, oh, dang, like, that's what it looks like. That's what it looks like.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
he's becoming more creative. So the first video on YouTube, I had edited on iMovie, and it took forever. He eventually got like this software on his phone because he's looking into it more than I am now. He's like, you know, looking at what camera to get, how to do crazy transitions, like crazy stuff. It's not even like a simple transition like we're jumping. It's like a whole like 360 transition. I'm like, dang, like that's crazy.
And the crazy thing about it,
so he is getting like way
man.
into
I
it,
feel
which
like,
is great because that leads me like, you know, to be with the kids or whatever.
I take it like a school, bro. Like I'll watch my videos like a freaking school, and I'm like, I'm learning right now. Like I'm gonna put this in my head, and I'm gonna use some of this stuff to make my stuff better. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. And you can really become like self-trained professional, bro.
Yeah.
Like you don't need to you don't need to go to a school for that. Like you said, you're going on YouTube, you're checking out all this, and even learning on the job. Like I'm sure every time you drop a vlog, you learn something new.
Exactly. And he watches these YouTubers they're awesome. Oh my god, it's Pia and Kane.
Oh yeah, Pia and Kane.
And their videos are like amazing. Like their transitions aren't even crazy, and it's just like the way they film with like their GoPros and drones, and like just the like the color of their video, they do a different color, like a certain filter on it, and it just looks great. And that's what he's trying to get to eventually.
I mean, you
have to look them up one day. They're awesome.
Yeah,
they're like Australian.
Australian. They just film like, so they have like this one epic video that went viral. I like that accent. You might be from over there too.
Alright.
It was like a wedding video they filmed, dude. And the thing about it is that they had such crazy, you know, transitions, and the footage was so clear. Like
it looks like super clear.
It feels like you're there, dude. And like watching, this is exactly what I was about to say. It's like I got so hyped watching the video about how creative it was that like it motivates me to want to be like, I want to film some fucking shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to go out there and film something like that.
It's so crazy when you see those edited videos, and it makes the experience look so legit. You know, you're like, oh, I gotta be here. But you know, like the experience is cool, but with the you know the music and the like you said, the transitions, like you get hyped. You want to be there so bad.
Yeah, he has like videos like where it teaches you how to do transitions, like going to like the beat of the song.
Yeah,
it's like super dope, and I'm like, you know, one day we'll get there. Thanks to Jose, because like he's like doing all the research. But
do you have videos that you have planned like in your head like in advance? Like do you guys have videos that now you're sitting on?
I have a whole list, dude. I told her there's times I'm driving the bus like at work. I swear, bro, and I'm drinking coffee and I'm like,
that's probably the best time to come up with ideas.
I know I probably should be thinking more about the road and stuff, but I'll be thinking about it. Yo, that would be like a dope ass vlog. Yeah. So when I pull over and I get my chance to pull over, I go on my notes and I write it down. And I'm like, okay, like a Halloween pumpkin challenge vlog. You know what I'm saying? Like carving contest. Like who's gonna make a better pumpkin?
You just write that shit on your notes or whatever?
Exactly, yeah. And I just have, like that way I already have my ammo. So once I have the free time, or if there's things I need to plan out in order for me to make it happen, I have the time to do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or I'm already thinking about things to do once the weather gets nice. I'm able to go outside more comfortably, you know, with the kids. Film something like that or film other things. So
so they're not just too much like challenges like every other like, you know, YouTube couple, like a bunch of challenges or like prank on my boyfriend or this and that. Because I feel like, honestly, if I were to prank him, like the pranks would go very far.
Oh,
you know, and I don't want anything crazy. I don't want my head shaved. I don't want my eyebrows on. I don't want nothing. So I'd rather keep it like, you know, cool little challenges, and then like mostly like vlogs. Like hopefully we get to like travel more once the kids, you know, get a little 100%. Older, and like just like cool vlogs like that.
And even with that, you know, just have better quality, like high quality equipment, you know, so to film these type of things, you know.
Exactly. If you're it seems like you got, I'm telling you, like your 500 views or whatever per video is really good for how many subscribers you got. Yeah. And I know you guys don't think it's that much or whatever, but that's pretty good. And then your first video is over 1,000. If it takes off, is there a spot you guys would like to live at? Would you guys like to get out of the valley and like find somewhere else? I
think so. I mean, I'll tell you this, like I think both of us, we've had already the opportunity to live somewhere else in the valley. Mm-hmm. I was actually born and raised in Santa Barbara, dude.
Really?
So I lived there for 10 years before I lived here.
Why are you here?
Bro, right? Bro, and check this out. I lived a mile away from the beach, bro.
Yeah.
Only thing from the beach and our house was literally a bridge to go over the freeway.
That's crazy.
We were by the ocean. And
Santa Barbara's expensive.
That's why we moved over here, because my mom had her brother here. We'd come visit quite often. And, but I tell you what, the time I love it here, man. I wouldn't mind staying for the rest of my life, but if I did have the opportunity to go somewhere fresher and that could offer not only just myself and Janay, but like our kids a better opportunity, then I would be willing to do that. You had your chances living, in Arizona and Kentucky.
Yeah, I went to school in Kentucky, and then Arizona as well.
Oh, really? You played softball in Kentucky?
No, I didn't play softball in Kentucky. I actually did stats for the baseball team, and I would help the baseball team.
Legit.
Not like a baseball whore or anything like that, alright?
Wait a minute!
Nobody even brought that up, okay?
If y'all seen her video, drop it on me.
I went to Kentucky for like an academic scholarship.
Okay, how was it?
I loved it.
Yeah?
The people out there are totally different, obviously. But they're so nice, and like I feel like I can kind of like vibe with like any type of people, no matter like where you're from.
What's the biggest difference?
The seasons. Obviously, you can see all the seasons there.
Okay.
This is the 4 seasons, and it's just great. The humidity is nasty out there, but like I just liked it. Like I saw the season, I saw like the cute orange trees, like the snow, the humidity, like super sunny but like pouring rain. Like it was crazy out there.
Have you ever gone to the Kentucky Derby? Is that what it is?
I didn't stay out there for long. I only stayed out there for a couple months, and then I moved to Arizona for softball.
And you played in Arizona?
I played at Arizona Christian University.
Really? That's legit. So, what caused you to take the break? Like, because you played softball in high school, I'm guessing then? Did you play in high school?
I played softball
Took
in
a break?
high school. No, I went to college after high school for softball. I went to a junior college in Yuma. And then from Yuma, I dropped my scholarship from softball, and I went to Kentucky. And then...
What caused you to stop softball?
Why are you looking at me like that?
What caused you?
A boyfriend. I dropped a scholarship for a guy, I went to school out there with him, and he played baseball.
Makes sense.
I got my scholarship out there, and then I was on the baseball scholarship, and then I stopped that. We came back to Arizona. He was from Arizona. We moved back to Arizona, and he played baseball where I was playing softball at.
Got you. All right. How was it? How was it playing college softball? What was the biggest difference from high school to college softball? Like,
the commitment.
Really?
Yes.
More of a job, huh?
Way more. Yeah, you couldn't even have a job at the point at that time. Like you're just so dedicated to it. It's school, weight room, softball.
Yeah.
Rest. That's basically it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's tough. Like it was so tough out there. Like I just couldn't do it. My body gave up. Like from Arizona, like I kind of quit before I moved back home. I quit. I just couldn't do it anymore. Like it was just too much for me. I just, like, the coach, like, I didn't really like her at the time. And not having, like, a good coach, you just, like, it just makes you hate the sport at one point.
Yeah.
I just quit, and then, eventually I moved back home, like, months later.
How long did you play softball? Did you play from when you're, like, really small?
I played since I was 9.
Oh, okay, yeah, so it's pretty...
Not, pretty like, young, not, like, T-ball or anything, but I played since I was 9. Before that, I did basketball.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then when you were doing softball, did you end up playing travel ball?
I did. That was another huge commitment. I would drive every weekend from home to Marietta.
Oh,
every weekend, me and my mom would drive, and that was a good thing though, because at the time my coach was paying for me to be on that team, and then that's how I got my scholarships to go to school from high school.
Oh, that's legit.
Yeah, so it was cool.
Yeah, I just know because I play travel ball myself, and I grew up in Blythe. And we drive out here to the desert area like a couple days a week, and that takes away from your childhood,
Oh, yeah, definitely.
It's a little rough, and by the time I got to where I could play college ball, I didn't even want to play. I was like, I had a scholarship, I was like, nah, I'm good, bro, I had one in Minnesota, and I was like, I'm not playing in the snow, bro. I'm good, and I didn't do shit, dude, and I regret it now, obviously, but it was just like, I just hated it, man. It became a job for me, just like you're talking about.
It takes a lot of time. I remember
rough.
my practices were 6 hours long. 6 to 8 hours. When we would travel to Marietta, we would have them that long.
Damn.
It was like conditioning for like the first hour, and then we separated infield to outfield, then hitting, and then like a whole like team thing. It was exhausting. I couldn't.
I can see where after a while, like that's the way your days were sometimes. Like,
then you just get used to it. That's your routine. At one point, I think it was like my senior year in high school, I would have to go out before going to practice to keep me energized for practice. And my mom thought I was crazy, but she would let me go out, and she was like, you know, as long as you're not like too wasted or anything, and you're good at practice, you're not hungover, go for it. So I would do that.
Like bad news
I
bears
would
and
go.
shit.
I would go, and I was
know
just
about
there,
that.
like, let's go, like I'm ready, like.
Yeah, y'all coked out probably.
Oh damn! She's all hyped up. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go.
No, I just like felt energized. Like my body was just used to being busy all the time. Like I couldn't just sleep and be like, okay, it's practice. Those will make me like the most tired.
I'm excited out there, like, you know, seeing like the way she's growing up with sports, to see our kids grow up, because I know for a damn sure the kids were athletic is because of her and not because of me.
You didn't play no sports?
I did not play any sports. The reason why I did not play any sports was because I was not good at sports. You know what I'm saying?
That's whatever, bro.
I like to work out though. Like I always liked to exercise, and I used to love going. Like, you know, I would take the weight room like conditioning in the mornings. So when like the first time I was able to take it, I kept taking it every semester because I genuinely liked working out, and at the time I couldn't drive to a gym. So the fact that I was able to hit a weight room in the high school as my first like opportunity, I just kept taking the class over and over, man. And
I'm the same way, bro. I enjoy working out. It's just kind of like, for me, it's I don't know. It's like my therapy, bro.
Yeah, 100%.
It's like every time I used to really love the sauna when the gyms were open, because, you know, that's like meditation. I sit there, bro, and just be quiet for like 10 minutes and relax. But what, you know, you brought up your kids. What's the most exciting thing about being a parent? Because you guys got 2 young babies, you know. So what's the most? And you guys are young yourself.
Yeah, dude. I'm 24. She's 23. I mean, when we had our first one, I was just turning 23. No, I wasn't even 23. I was 22. I was about to be 23 in August. Because we had Jaden, which is our first one. He was born in June. Yeah, 22. And then we had Julianne this past May, the 27th.
Mm-hmm.
And 23 going to be 24 now. And
I think the best thing for me is like just seeing them grow up, and like every little stage you get to witness from them, that, you know, you have to envision like, okay, like obviously it has to get to this point where they crawl and they take their first steps. Like obviously that has to happen, but when it really happens, you're like, oh my god, like it's happening.
like
like,
they're growing up.
holy
Like
shit.
they're growing up.
Yeah, that, and then like just seeing what they're gonna become, like, you know, who is he gonna hang out with, or like who's their friends gonna be,
The
or,
personality.
Yes.
like, you know, like what is he gonna even look like when he's like 7? Like just in general, like both of our kids, like it's just exciting to see them grow, like each of their little milestones they have.
Yeah.
Even though you're prepared that it's gonna happen.
But
Then when it's actually happening, you're like, oh god.
Because they
like,
pay
wow.
attention, bro. Like, for example, like Jaden, now that he's a little older, he's doing this thing now where he sees when we're changing his sister, and he waits, and we give him a diaper, and he goes and throws it in the trash can.
Oh yeah.
And we're like, yo, like
he's finally helping us.
Yeah,
Like,
so,
this is great.
this is
Like,
crazy.
Maybe it'll get easier.
Just those type of things that you witness, you know, watching your kid, you know, adapt to, and like, you know, start to realize how to do those things, and like that they want to help you. Just like,
dude, it's so crazy when you just had them, right, and they're like maybe a couple months old, dude, and you're looking at them like, dude, what the fuck do you do?
Yeah.
Like, you don't do shit, bro. Like, they're just sitting there looking at you, not doing shit.
bro, like, and you're
And out of nowhere they start hitting like a toy or something.
yeah.
And out of nowhere they start like, you know, like making noises, start looking at you, and you're like, oh shit,
And
he's actually there.
Even you as a parent, bro, like there's so many times we made mistakes as parents, like, you know what I'm saying, and you're learning as well too. And
Oh, yeah,
someone comes
definitely.
along that's like, you know, obviously a parent already or older than you, and they're like, hey, you're doing that wrong, or like you're doing this, and you start to think like, damn, like I thought I had this shit in the bag, you know, and and you're messing up. But I mean, other than that, I mean, it's an experience, dude, and yeah, like I just love waking up every day and think like seeing new things from them. You're like, oh,
Yeah, it's gonna be
a
crazy.
new thing every day, literally.
It's gonna be crazy when they start going to school. I dropped my son off today. It was his first day of
oh, you have
kindergarten.
a son too?
I got two boys.
Oh, snap.
I got a 4-year-old and a 3-year-old, so they're just a little ahead, you know.
Let's go.
You were back to back too.
Back to back, yeah. Back
No
to
drink.
back. That's just the way it is, man. Us youngins, you know. That's just the way we do it, I guess. We think one's easy, so we just add another one, which is not not easy.
It's
now you're
not.
playing man-to-man coverage. That's
Exactly.
That's fun.
That's the thing is,
It's like, yeah, like with him, it's like you know, his bad, you know, like the whole teething part with him is done for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
But then it's like, great, we have her coming. It's gonna be like all over again, and like the whole sleep schedule. He was great sleeping the whole night. We lost our sleep because of her now, you know. So it's like one thing after another.
Potty training. You know,
so now it's like, God, I can't wait till, you know, she's at least 7 months or something. You know, a little bit older. Like it'll just be easier.
Yeah, and once they're out of diapers and once the potty training, dude, it's gonna be so much easier. Bro.
That's
You're gonna be like
hyped about, dude.
Ooh, peaceful, you know. Like,
exactly.
Go to the bathroom.
Man, but realistically, what's the percentage of diapers? Like, is she changing all of them? Are you changing? Are you?
Okay, so
I'm not hating, bro.
I'll have her tell her this.
So in the beginning,
I didn't change a lot.
with our son,
yeah,
I was mostly changing the diapers the whole time. When he would change the diapers, bad things would happen to him. Like shit would go on him.
Bro, he started peeing
like
people do not understand what it's like being a
parent.
parent.
I'm like, dude, cover. He's like, what? And next thing you know, it's like, you know, everywhere, like, you know, shit,
man.
like actually legit squirting at him.
Yeah.
Like it's bad.
Yeah.
When my daughter came along, he changed her first diaper actually because I was on the bed still, and he just happened to be up. But I mostly change my daughter now, unless I'm not there. Like he has her, I'm getting my rest, and he'll change her.
That's something what
he did not want.
I
to,
agreed
though.
on. I was like, yo, I don't want to be changing my daughter's diapers
He didn't
if
wanna
I
change
don't
it,
have
period.
to.
Yeah.
If we out, like me and her are out, right? Oh, it's dad and daughter day, and we're out at the store, whatever.
And you gotta do it.
And I do it. Yeah, I'm gonna take care of the business, but if my lady's around, I'm be like, that's you. But now it's like a tag team because now I get Jaden, so whenever he has his message, I got it.
Mm-hmm.
And when she, Julianne happens.
Yeah, but I was like, no, like you have to help with her because I didn't hold that against you with our son. You know, like I didn't tell you like I'm never gonna change his diaper. Like I don't want.
I get what he's saying though.
Yeah,
I get
it.
it. Just being a dude, it's like it's the same thing. I do the same shit. I'm like super like I don't even want to be in the same bathroom. Like I'm just like.
We have to think about it. You know, like single dads do that. They have to change their daughters. So you have to think of it like, what if you were a single dad? And you had a daughter.
Well, it's not a big deal.
You can tell your mom. You're gonna tell your mom to change her.
You can. Sometimes you gotta put that mindset aside and be like, I'm just doing dad shit. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah,
that's what you're doing. You are just doing dad shit.
But yeah, he'll have our son, and he'll change him, and then I'll change my daughter. Or if we have if I have my son and he just happens to go bad, I'm like, you know what, I got it. Like,
do you guys even get embarrassed anymore? After having kids, I'm just saying because you get shit on, like just embarrassed. Like, is there anything that embarrasses you, like in your life? Like, cause after I had my 2 boys and now like nothing embarrasses me. Like they could be yelling at me, they could be crying in a store, and I'm just like, I don't give a fuck. You know, like, I don't like, bro. Like I don't care if I'm bothering people, bro. Like I'm just like, bro, it is what it is.
Yeah,
you know?
it's like that.
I don't get embarrassed anymore. I remember we were at Costco one time. My daughter was just crying. I'm like, she's fine. Like she's fine because no one else knows. They just hear her crying. They think, oh, the baby's hurt.
Yeah.
Or the baby's, something's wrong. But it's not always that.
Exactly.
You can't give in every time.
That's how a baby talks at first. They have to cry. They're not going to be like, hey, mom, change your diapers. Obviously, they're going to just cry. So I don't really get embarrassed of it. But at a point when it's like nonstop crying, I'm just like, let me get her out and hold her because it's going to make her
now it's like,
I don't want
if
the
we're at a
tension
restaurant and they start throwing smack on the floor, or like they throw up or they knock a glass over, I'm just like, either one, dead from exhaustion, or 2, I'm just like, okay, let me just clean this mess up for like the 10th time today. Because by the time they knock something over at the restaurant, like at 3 p.m., they probably already, who knows, done what, dropped eggs at the house. And
we're
just
like,
man.
They're a kid, they don't know any better. They'll eventually learn as we get older and stuff. But
and they're super young still, so they're gonna just be fucking around, just having fun. They don't have they're just learning everything.
Mm-hmm.
They
so
just want to touch everything. Yeah. So what's your guys' goal with your YouTube channel? Like, what is the actual like overview? Like, what do you want to like? Do you have like a theme? Like, what do you want to encompass with your YouTube channel?
Oh my god. Well, honestly, like for me, what I want to do is obviously I think getting monetized is like a big. It's one of like the milestones of becoming a YouTuber. You know what I'm saying? Everybody wants that. Everybody wants to meet those requirements to obviously have your channel making some type of income. But other than that, like, I mean, on top of like, the success that comes with the channel, I would just like be happy to be like, yo, like I found something that I'm actually like good at. You know what I'm saying? That I enjoy doing. Like I literally enjoy waking up and doing YouTube stuff. You know what I'm
he'll
saying?
wake up and go right.
Yeah,
on
like
some
like you just
videos.
get this happen. It's not like I feel like to some people it's more like okay, and maybe for me later on it might get to that point. Like sometimes, who knows? Like I mean, because obviously like the bigger audience you attract, the more you got to put out because you have to keep your audience entertained. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But, you know, it might get to a point where maybe for a while I'll be like, yo, you know what? Like I'll have to film another video. Like really, like on top of the other shit I gotta do. But like I said, when I started this channel, I wanted to do it with the intentions that like
He's going all in.
I want to I want to go all in with it. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like the more subscribers and the more milestones I pass, it's only gonna fuel me to be like, okay, let's make some more cool stuff.
Yeah,
Go like more in.
Because me,
Yeah.
I'm different. Like I wanted to make the channel for fun. I was like, just like, hey, let's just do a channel. Like people don't really know what goes on in our lives or like how we even are. People for the most part only see us going out and drinking, if that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and that's not what
exactly.
it is. Like, we do have our own time, to have fun and stuff still, but they still don't know, like, what goes on in our life. And it's like, if we don't make it big on YouTube, we're still going to post our videos.
Yeah, 100%.
We don't care who's watching, how many subscribers we have.
Or the comments
well,
we
at
get or
least,
whatever.
yeah, like, I don't mind it. Like, I'm not checking content like, oh my god, like, I have this many subscribers. It is what it is. If you want to watch it, you're going to watch it. If you don't, then you don't. We're still going to keep posting.
Exactly.
So it's like, I feel like it's not going to stop.
I think that's the best quality. That's the best quality in a
we're still
YouTuber.
just going to try to keep our consistency. I feel like for the most part, we've been doing a video a week.
That's your guys' plan about one a week?
Yeah, a video a week. But yeah, it's like, if I don't make it big, I'm not going to be like, okay, I quit YouTube.
Do you have any plans on, like, because I know your videos are what, like maybe like 20 minutes, right? They're about like 18, 15, 20 minutes.
Them
like,
not so long, but
which is good, but
it's kind of hard, some videos.
Yeah, to kind of cut it down or
Yeah.
what. Yeah, but do you have any plans on, like, dropping any clips from your videos, like, anywhere else? Like, any, like, small, like on Instagram, like, on IGTV or on, like...
He has, actually.
Oh, you have? Okay,
I dropped
legit.
two, so, like, the clips I've dropped has been, like, our intros I've dropped. That little sequence I shot of the airplane before we got on it.
Oh, I think I did see that.
shot
I think I
a
did see
little
that.
video of Big Bear as well. We were supposed to do a Big Bear vlog, actually, but...
We took the kids up there, man.
We took the kids and we forgot to even record. Like,
Yeah.
The
the
GoPro
most
got
part.
lost. It was like...
Yeah, so that kind of was like a bummer because we were really looking into that, you know?
Yeah.
And it's just like, honestly, too, it's just like, I don't even care how long it takes. I don't care if it takes a year. I don't care if it takes 2 years, whatever.
Yeah,
I feel like, especially too, like with the amount of material that I'm, that I get, or the type of, how can I say, the proper, material stuff that I need to make like crazy videos, like a better camera, better quality audio.
It's all costly.
Yeah, it's all costly. So if it takes a little longer time, but I get to where I want to get to, I'm cool with that. You know what I'm saying? I'm down for the ride.
Yeah, and most people too, they have to realize like if you're a YouTube influencer, it's because on your other social medias you already have a huge followers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we don't.
Exactly. And
we
that's
have
what's
like
so
1,000.
crazy.
And people don't understand that like you have to be out there already. Like for example, like the Ace family. They didn't just make a YouTube and get famous. They were already had like thousands, of followers.
Think
like,
about the thousands
crazy.
of pro athletes now that have podcasts. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
As soon as they start one, it's like 13,000 subscribers.
Exactly, because they
Right off
already
the bat.
have like, they're out there already. They're someone
100,000
already.
views.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
To them, 100,000 views, like it's probably like, oh man, my video is getting love.
I
You know
could
what
do
I'm saying?
better. Yeah.
But like for us, if I were to get 100,000 views on one of my videos, man, I'd be like, I made it.
And like you said though, like you guys, like you literally just said you have 1,000 followers on Instagram, and like I just wish that people that followed us on all our social medias or whatever could just hit the one fucking button on YouTube.
Yeah, but you know, a lot of the followers are just lurkers. They just want to see what's going on.
Yeah, that's just depressing.
I have a good amount of those
hard,
that I can admit. I have a lot of followers that will view my stuff but won't like my stuff.
Yeah.
And it's just like that's why for the most part I don't make my social media public. Because what are you gonna do? Just keep lurking on me? Like, at this point it's like, I do put my social media out on our YouTube description now. So of course I'm gonna let people follow me, but if I don't know you, like, I'm not gonna follow you back at this point. But then if I know, like, hey, I know you don't like me, so why?
Yeah, why are you like on my shit?
You're just gonna lurk at my stuff.
And it's just crazy because, like, especially with this whole quarantine, one thing I've noticed is that I feel like this has really pushed people to come out of their shells and, get so creative. You got people making quesabirria tacos, selling them outside their houses, right? You got people making keychains. You got people becoming YouTubers. You have people selling those
Making,
chamoy candies.
How many people do that now?
Exactly.
So
Everybody, like, you see someone new making,
Yeah.
like, some type of thing, which, honestly, I support. Like, I think that is down. It's like, yo, maybe, like, who knows? Like, maybe this quarantine thing is bringing out that good, and, like, you start your quesadilla thing, right? You're selling these tacos at your house. And never in a million years before this happened did you think, oh, you know what? I would want to open up my own restaurant and do this type of shit. And this leads you to that. And then next you know, you look back 20 years back in time, and you got your own fucking shop selling tacos, and you're like, yo, the fact that I did this put me in this position I am now.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And the fact that, like, the way, if everybody was just more supportive and was more sharing about things, the more bigger you would see this valley become. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly, yeah.
It's all about support at the end of the day, whether... if you're lurking, if you're gonna lurk, at least give a like.
Give a like,
Just
lurk on my and
show some love. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I support that, man. I support everybody out there trying to make a name for themselves, or a type of network, or a type of brand, or clothing, or podcast.
It's because the back end though now. Now because you do your own YouTube channel, you know how much work it takes, bro.
Yeah,
it's
100%.
It's not just fun and games like on the like in brands too. Like, bro, it's not just fun, bro. It's so much work.
And people
having to set that shit up.
Yeah, but I feel like sometimes people hold back too, because I've had people tell me, bro, now that I made my channel, and be like, bro, like, I could never do that. I could never do that. And the main question I always ask, obviously, is why, and it's always the same response. Oh, because I feel like I'm not sociable like that. I feel like I wouldn't be able to entertain people in front of a camera. It's like, stop being scared, bro. Who cares? Like, maybe not everyone's gonna like what you put out or think that what you put out is cool, but hey, like, as long as you're doing
look at all the genres that are out there. Like, look at all the people that are out there. You got fucking everybody making videos.
Yeah, like, our first video, I remember some guy commented, like, hey, like, telling him, like, to look at the camera more, because he's not looking at the camera. And he was like, oh, shoot, like, I'm not looking at the camera. I should probably look at it more. And then I have
so it's like a legit critique that actually, like, helped
you out. He didn't take it personal. He's
I don't think it's
like,
personal,
when I don't know if you've seen our videos, but when he's talking, he'll, like, be like this a lot. And I'm like, hey, babe, like, when you talk like this, it's kind of like, hey.
Yeah,
like,
you can't hear it.
I mean? Like,
clear, yeah.
And, like, people tell me, like, oh, my God, like, have you been doing YouTube for so long? Like, you have such a great YouTube voice. And I'm like, this is just my voice.
A lot.
I feel like I can talk so easily, like, to a camera or, like, to anything. And I think...
ASMR. That's like the third time I've heard that shit. I'm like, before I never heard of it. I was like,
oh, you never heard of it?
And then, so it's
I think public speaking from, college helped me a lot, because...
Oh, you took a public speaking class?
Mm-hmm. And it's like, I wouldn't like to, like... Never in a million years would I want to go up in front of a class and, like... speak about something, and no papers, you have to have it memorized. So it's like, talking is so easy to me now, and sometimes I feel like I talk too much at a point now.
I can tell you got the energy that, like, right when you got in the pod, there's no, like, you weren't awkward, you're willing to just answer the questions, just go right off, and that's probably your public speaking class, because I would not be down. I would never take a public speaking class. I'd be like, fuck that, dude, and it is because I'm too scared. Fuck that shit. Yeah, like, I could vlog, I could talk on my YouTube channel, I'd even be down to go live on it. I've done a few, like, Instagram lives, but fuck, man, public speaking is, I get all sweaty. Did that ever happen to you when you're like...
I was very nervous, It's nerve-wracking, especially it's your first time, but I guess it does bring you out of your shell when you have, like, a very supportive group of, like, classmates as well. All of them were the same spot as I was, like, super shy and, like, like, the nerdiest people, and then they have to go up there, and you just gotta do it. It's not like people are gonna be like, boo.
I know, right?
Like,
most people don't really care like that.
They're, some people don't even pay attention. They're on their phone, like, so I'm like, I'm just gonna talk. If you're listening, you're gonna listen. If not, then it's cool. It's not gonna bother me.
How many? You guys have dropped what? 3, 4 videos so far?
We've done 4, yeah.
So what have you learned from the first to the 4th video? Like, what's been the biggest thing you've learned so far?
The biggest thing so far, there's been a good amount of things. Like, first trying to, like, shorten our videos, because, like I said, our first one was super long.
Yeah.
We had to take it, like, 3 times. The past videos, we couldn't take it multiple times. That was just, like, we gotta take it, because in one of our videos, you could hear our kids crying.
Yeah.
So it's like, we couldn't do no takes on
We're
those.
on a time limit, yeah.
Yeah, and that's why at a point, it's like, I don't want to continue doing, like, take. It's just, like, I just want it to be a natural flow. Another thing was, too, is, like, transitions. Like, I made the first video, I did the whole iMovie thing. Now I'm letting him take control of it. I'm like, you know what? you're learning, you go all in for that. So that's another big thing. That's a big project he's working on.
Just doing your research. I mean, there's like, especially with YouTube too, there's a lot of, resources, and I just...
Yeah, the biggest thing though that, my parents point out a lot is like how he cusses a lot in the videos.
Dude, you gotta keep your value. Be
you,
bro. So you're cussing cuss, bro.
Yeah, like,
just be you, bro.
Sometimes it's so natural, just like, I didn't even remember myself cussing,
some people are like, oh, like, families aren't gonna want to, like, they don't want to see that. They,
That's
who
true,
knows if you talk to your kids like that, or, like, you have kids and this and that. But I think a lot of it has to do, a lot of it that we've learned is our content. Like, while we're filming, we have to film, like, cool things.
Yeah.
It can't just be, like this the whole time, we have to get us, like, walking, or, like, the buildings, or, like, the other people around us.
Those,
like, just
smaller
challenges, or, like, type of, different videos you could, try to bring to life in your head that that you think would be
like
cool.
Outside the box when it comes to all
exactly.
of it.
How are you guys marketing yourself at all, or is it just straight on like social media? You guys just say
just through social media, through our platform, and to everybody else that shares us whenever they do. I mean, we appreciate the support, so that's the way we try to do it, mostly through social media.
Yeah.
Which in the beginning though, I mean, I feel like we had such a great
support
system, and everybody was sharing our first video, and every time I was refreshing the video, it's like 30 views, 40 views.
Which is very crazy, because I remember before...
I was driving the bus. Like, every time I pulled over, I was checking it. I was getting hype, man.
It's very crazy, though.
You're speeding. You're speeding at the time of the bus. People are freaking out.
I'm trying to get the fuck home.
He's like, babe. No, but...
She thought I was getting annoying with it at one point. I'm like, yo, guess what?
I feel you, bro. I remember when my shit started taking off, and I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah, I know, dude. When we posted the first video, he's like, checking, and he's like, babe, I got this many. And I'm like, damn, dude, okay, like, let it breathe. So, like, you can see, like, a drastic jump. But it's crazy, though, because, like, we did have a huge support system. I remember when I first, wanted to do the YouTube channel, I tweeted about it. And then I only posted on my social media platform. And I said, shoot me some names of what you think we should do our channel. Some people thought it was just my channel, and they were like, Nays Way, or whatever it is.
That's dope.
And, that would be cool. That would be cool for, like, maybe my keychain Instagram name or something.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
Yeah, you gotta do that now, though, before somebody steals it.
It's just like...
So
I did a poll, and I said, what should our first video be? How we met or Q&A? And obviously, how we met was one, because that's what we did. But the amount of people that voted for that, and the amount of people that voted for Q&A... still doesn't add up to when we posted the Q&A, like the views or anything like that. Like, no one was hyped about it. I'm like, but wait, you guys all voted for, like, Q&A as well, like, not just how we met. So, like, a lot of it doesn't make sense, because I'm like, I thought you guys were excited to see these.
Yeah.
First, how we met had, 1,000 whatever views, and then, our cheesy Q&A is, like, just a little bit, and I'm like, wait, like, that... It doesn't really add up.
That's what we were talking about before you walked in.
People hyped us up. People, not that, like, they're not supporting, but it seemed overhyped than what it seems to us.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think because you guys had such a... Like, your first video had, like, over 1,000 views.
Maybe that's what it was,
It just kind of killed the rest of your videos now, for how you guys see it right now, because nothing's hit that 1,000 yet. But, bro, like...
But it motivates me because
4 videos, dude. I'm telling you, dude. I even have somebody that had more subscribers than me, and they get less views than I do. So, like, I know... You guys are killing it, dude. So you gotta just keep consistent, like you said, every week.
Yeah.
And trust it, Trust
like for
the
holidays coming up, dude, I want to make an intro for each holiday, each theme. Halloween intro, Thanksgiving intro, Christmas intro, and then like for my vlogs, put those intros. Like I'm telling you, like I really want to make cool stuff, not only for myself, but for the people viewing, so they could be like, dang, like. What else is gonna drop? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Let me keep tuning in.
Is there anything you guys are thinking about doing to try to like connect more with your guys' like subscribers? Like have you guys thought of like a giveaway or anything like that when you get to like 1,000?
I've been thinking about that, especially once the holidays roll around.
Yeah, I've been thinking about it like myself because I have a few things in mind that I can do like giveaways for. He probably has, his own ideas as well. Maybe he'll give away like. His fake tooth. Just kidding.
I don't have fake teeth. Don't ever walk out fake teeth. They're gonna try to walk out and pull it out my mouth. But honestly, like for Thanksgiving, I think like what would be cool, like for
shout out to the fake teeth. I got a fake tooth. So
right?
No, he doesn't.
I do though.
I
do that. Keep going.
That was just crazy how I just like guessed that. And like
See, that's a transition right there.
Yeah.
No, but honestly, like, especially like for the holidays coming up, like, you know, for October, like do like a spooky basket giveaway for Thanksgiving. You know, maybe make like a Visa card for like a $200 or $150 limit for maybe like a family out there that doesn't have the amount of money to be able to provide to have a Thanksgiving dinner. You know, whatever way we can help out. Yeah. Christmas, do a giveaway. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I feel like my giveaways though would be like more like on the makeup end, like makeup giveaways and like like just like hair products and just like stuff like that. I do maybe jewelry, like any type of things.
Yeah. And speaking on that, what did you start doing? Because I asked you about expanding like your guys' YouTube channel. What did you start working on? Keychains? Is that?
I did.
So how are you doing those?
I started making resin keychains. I just use like the resin hardener, and I ordered like flowers, dried flowers. You know, I ordered like hard little plastic butterflies I can input in them. Honestly, it was just gonna be flowers, but then one of my friends, Brandy, she wanted butterflies in it. I'm like, hey, that's not a bad idea. So let me look for some butterflies that I can like fit in there, which I did, and those like popped off. Like everybody wanted like the blue butterflies, and I constantly have to keep ordering blue butterflies because everyone wants that. So I just make it like that, and like I did have some downfall in it, where the part where screwing the keychain part into the letter of your initial, whatever letter you have, it's breaking with the heat. It's so freaking hot out here that it's like expanding it and it's just coming out. So I had to, do an alternate way of like getting bales and gluing the bales onto it, and hopefully that works. So
when did you just start doing that? The alternate way? You just like
I haven't even tried it. My shipment just came in today.
Oh shit.
So like I have my own actually. Where's my keys? I have it actually like how it's gonna be. It's like this, like you like glue it on.
Oh, that looks good.
Instead of drilling, because I actually have mine for this girl I have to drop off.
That looks clean, actually. Yeah. Those are legit keychains. Yeah, get it.
So I have this one.
I'll put it real close.
Go check those out, man.
Yeah, check them out. Where can they like reach you guys?
Just drop her Instagram and right there
you'll be on my
Instagram.
But like I made this one, and you can see like how I have it drill.
Yeah.
And eventually it's gonna expand and probably break. So I'm gonna eventually have to make a new one and glue it instead of doing
These are actually really nice. I've never seen any keychains like this, so I really like these. These are
cool.
Dope, right? Yeah. I had somebody that actually I just won. Oh, my phone. I'm using this to record, so never mind. But I just won like a random giveaway on Instagram, and they did like they gave me like a wood keychain that says the 100 podcast, but it's just like lasered in or whatever,
like engraved,
or like the wood burning or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah. But so. Are you gonna make an Instagram for that though? I really think you should make it because those are legit. Like those might take off just if you just start dropping like cute little pictures of them, whatever, all close up, like certain tags.
When I
I think people
on
will
Twitter,
follow
like I got a ton of orders that I still have to work on. It just takes time.
It never stops, man. It's like babies, vlogs, and like keychains.
I can't do the keychains when the babies are awake, so the only time I can do them is when they're sleeping, which is like 10 o'clock, above.
Yeah.
Like, then again, I don't want to stay up too late because my daughter wakes up like at 1 or 2 in the morning. So if I go to sleep at 11, I get 2 hours of sleep. It's a process. So, everyone's just being very patient with me. But eventually I do want to make an Instagram, but I just feel like, message me on my own Instagram. I don't DM anybody anyway. So.
It's just like...
But I feel like I should. That way they can see what I made.
Yeah, make an Instagram. I told them, make a video, showing, different, models and,
you could even
stuff. Like, a little...
My buddy actually was telling me, because even on your vlogs, you could even use your keychain business or whatever as a sponsor and put it, at the end of your vlog or whatever. Just, drop the Instagram and,
We already had that, too, because one of our friends that we know, she's starting, actually, she made her own... I guess you could say company? No, right? Like
her own business.
Like her own business. So pretty much what I think it's amazing. So she made a business out of making products for children, whether it be pacifiers or it's toy blocks or whatever. But it's all
to help the environment.
Plastic made for them, it's environment friendly.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah.
And she already told us hey, I really want you guys and your kids to, be featured in what I'm doing and stuff like that. So I mean it's crazy because we're also doing what we're doing, we're getting reached out to do other marketing, help people market their stuff.
That's legit, man.
Yeah, it's crazy. And she's a photographer, so she's gonna take the shots and give it to us. And I told Janay, I'm like, you know what? I think to help her out, what would be cool is that why don't we vlog that, and like we'll get a whole shot of her describing her stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And that's gonna bring exposure.
It's like help me help you.
Yeah, it's gonna bring exposure.
Yeah, beneficial for both of you.
Exactly.
Another vlog helps her out, helps you out.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The thing is too, though, you know, with my whole keychain thing, there's so much more you can do with like the resin. Like my next thing to do from keychains, you know, on the other side of that is you can make like little bookmarks out of it for all you know the readers out there.
Yeah.
You can do ashtrays for the smokers, or you can use it as like a jewelry holder or whatever it is, which eventually I'm gonna get into. But first I need to like focus on these keychains, get those out of the way.
You just got a lot of your juggling.
Yeah.
You got a lot of shit you guys are juggling.
It's like, oh, I want to do all this stuff. You know, I want to do the ashtrays, the jewelry. Like, you can make jewelry out of it. Like, anything. Yeah. But it's just like one thing at a time, because then I'm going to go crazy like a, you know, chicken with
I think like once you perfect the keychain, be like, yo, like this is like second nature. Okay, let me challenge myself. Let me make an ashtray.
Yeah.
Let me make something else.
Yeah. Make like iPhone cases, everything.
Like, let's say like the keychains are taking off. It's almost like, why do another product when that's like, if you can't even keep up with your orders, like fuck. Make sure you keep up with those keychain orders and then move on to the next product. And I don't know. What I would do though for sure is just keep expanding on what you're doing. You know, like don't think it's chaotic. Like you want to like enjoy that shit. Enjoy the chaos because you guys, if you have nothing going on, you're gonna hate that shit. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole keychain thing makes me like my stress. It like takes away my stress. Like it calms me.
Oh really?
Yeah. So before like I used to have like this stress like coloring book that I would take at work and everything and just color. I think this just like substitutes it because I don't color anymore. So I'm like, oh, I'm gonna make these keychains. I'm like so focused to it. So I'm like, yeah, like it's just so relaxing to me.
Yeah. How do you do that just right at home with the kids? How do you do that with the kids yelling and shit? Because I know how that is. I mean, so I'll be like doing shit. I'll be like, oh.
Sometimes when our son goes to daycare, our daughter doesn't go to daycare yet. She'll take advantage when our son's at daycare and our daughter goes to sleep. When she's
there you go. Yeah.
Well, she'll bang it out. You know what I'm saying? Hey,
I'll do
1, 2, whatever. Then the night time when the kids go to sleep, or say my son knocks out first and my daughter's still up,
he'll get the daughter.
Well, then I'll get my daughter and I'll let her do her thing. You know, hey, take as much time as you need and just a teamwork with it. You know what I'm saying?
That's legit, man. That's just a grind. That's what's gonna make you guys successful. Is just hearing about how much you guys are grinding, man. Like a lot of people just sit there and watch TV all day, you know.
Exactly.
And they like to just consume.
For real.
And it's your choice, you know. You want to be a consumer, you want to be out there and actually do it. Be a producer, you know. Produce the content.
For real.
Yeah, drop all your guys' your YouTube channel, drop your like social media, drop your Twitter, drop all your guys' shit so people can hear about it, so they find you.
So
we actually feel like we've been dropping it too much.
It's on my podcast. You gotta drop it on.
So we're gonna drop the YouTube.
We will.
The YouTube is.
What do you mean you've been dropping it too much? What do you mean?
Okay, so like for example, like
about?
before when we drop a video on YouTube, we post it on like our Instagram stories, like, oh, go check out our new video. Yeah. And you know, he came to a conclusion like maybe like we're posting it too much that people don't want to see it.
How often do you post about it before?
I would post it like one time.
I only posted mine one time.
But then like 2 days later, I'd repost it. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, yo, maybe there's that percentage that didn't see it. You know what I'm saying? So let me get like if I get 10 more views, I'm gonna take it. You know what I'm saying?
Honestly, if you're posting twice about a video and they're getting annoyed, bro, they got a problem, bro. Right? Like, so I don't think so. I think you're doing just fine because you have to post it. If you don't post it, people aren't gonna see it. They're gonna forget. You know?
Exactly.
And the people that maybe the new followers or people that don't follow you but they follow your friend, they see your shit. Like, you just gotta post it, bro. Exactly. I think, yeah.
How many podcasts have you done already? Videos?
Yeah, this is 58.
58?
Yeah, 58.
Which one out of the 58 has to be your favorite one?
My favorite one out of the 58 is probably, I don't know what number it is, but it's Question Life Itself, I think. I have that one, and then I have one with my cousin Mandy, and that one's called Nurse Life. But the Question Life Itself, we just got super faded, right? We got super fucked up. We started talking about, like, religion, like Donald Trump, like Joe Biden, fucking Black Lives Matter, and it was to my boys, you know, like Dejan and Kenyon were them, and it was just like the most open podcast I had. So I just had fun, but we were all faded, and it was just like there was nothing like left behind, you know. Yeah. Like we just talked about everything. So that one, and the Nurse Life, my cousin, she works in like a hospice, so that was like very just like interesting to me because she talked about like having to give CPR like 40 times and like talking about like just, you know, having to like just basically watch people die. And I was like, just intense for me, bro. You know,
That's gnarly, dude.
Yeah, you guys ever watch podcasts?
No, this is actually my first time. Well, I've seen some of yours after you told me you want to be featured in it.
Yeah.
I saw some of yours so I could kind of like get a feel for what it was like, and you know, it's interesting. You know, like the fact that you get lost in the conversation that's happening in the video, and you're like, yo, that's crazy.
Exactly,
you know
and my goal, because I used to try to like in the beginning, I'd try to push them, you know, like push them to like 2 hours or whatever. Try to be like Joe Rogan experience. But I've kind of realized, fuck, bro, like we're like half the age of Joe Rogan. We're probably about half as interesting. So like, I think about an hour video is about right, you know.
Yeah.
And some people, dude, I've had some that are like 20 minutes. I just think, however long is good. I try to cut it off around an hour. And like we're about an hour, and I didn't even think we were that far, and we're just bullshitting, and we made it there, bro.
Yeah, that's crazy. It doesn't even feel like an hour. I just felt like I really don't even feel like there's a camera in front of us, and we're just having a conversation.
You forget about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I forget about it.
I tell everybody it's the same shit. You know, the first 10 minutes maybe you think about it, but then after that, and you're in the conversation, like whatever, the camera, you just forgot, bro. Yeah.
Oh shit, it's been rolling.
It's like way different than YouTube, because YouTube you're like, oh my god, we're like way too long at this point. Like, oh, we have to cut it. And it's like,
yeah. And luckily this is on YouTube, and it's on like just audio too. So I'm trying to build up the following on like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all that shit as well. And then Anchor, I don't know. You guys should maybe you think about doing like a little podcast you guys yourself, you know, like and drop them on audio only, you know, because then or drop audio and YouTube, but because you can get supporters on audio, like you can without being monetized or whatever, you can have people pay like from like 99 cents a month to like $9.99 a month on your podcast. And I don't have that many. I have like maybe like 5 people, but just that's just a start, bro, and that'll get you monetized like right off the bat.
Oh, shit.
And then like I don't know, yeah, I'm sure you guys could fucking do a podcast together. Talk about you guys' relationship shit.
Right?
Bullshit,
how to
yeah.
parent.
All the
Talk
parents
about
out
how
there.
she pissed you off
All of our
today.
mistakes.
Right? I'm just kidding, bro.
I'm gonna go home and crease your shoes.
Oh, that's fucked up, man. How do you feel doing your guys' first podcast?
I felt
It
great,
was
man.
great.
It's cool, yeah. It felt like second nature. I was a little nervous, like I said, because I've never done it before.
Honestly,
so.
we just didn't know like what to expect, or like what we were gonna get asked, or like, you know, because there's a million things you could ask us, like what'd you do for your birthday, or like, you know, how was your birthday, or just anything random. But it was like, it was things we always had answers to, so it wasn't anything like, shoot, like, wow.
How are we gonna answer that?
Yeah,
You know
how
what
are
I'm
we gonna answer that? You know.
Yeah, I don't try to throw anybody off too crazy. I try to keep it along what you're talking about, you know.
Yeah.
And luckily, we've kind of, I don't know, we didn't have any points. I hate when I get to a point in a podcast and I can't think of a question, bro. It's the worst. Dude. I've done that a few times and I'm just sitting there like, and the person's looking at me all awkward. I'm like, fuck, you know. And,
Like, so what's next?
yeah, exactly. But drop your guys' shit. Because
So pretty
this
much-
isn't on your guys' social media. This is on mine. So drop your guys'
So
shit.
pretty much, you guys want to check us out on YouTube. We have our channel. It's called Life with the J's, and that's J''S.
Mm-hmm.
I'm loving the YouTube channel too,
Yeah.
by the way. I like the name.
Yeah,
Perfect
Life
name.
with the J's.
Yeah.
It's all 4 of us are J's. My daughter, my son, me, and Janay. So, like, hey, what better name than that? And then we got our Instagrams.
It's Janay XO.
And you got Kid Cuate. You check me out right there.
Yup.
And that's pretty much it, man. That's
That's
the
it, man.
roll, yeah.
That is it.
All right, bro. I appreciate you guys
Yeah,
coming on.
appreciate you.
That was a
Thank
good
you.
Let's
podcast.
go.
I'll give you some knuckles.
Right?
Let's
Nice.
go.
Let's cut the thing.
Episode 58.
We should end ours on the